And welcome to the final battle between the Romulan Star Empire and the Gorn Confederation. Yes, the Romulans have managed to actually sneak up on us, coming out of nowhere from a nebula, attacking the Battleship Group, which had caused them so much pain and destruction in the past. A group of 3 King Condor dreadnoughts have managed to focus on us and are coming after us with all their firepower. We've been caught in a pincer movement against other heavy cruisers. Far off in the distance, our own friendly heavy cruisers are currently rushing in to attempt to support us, if they can get here in time. And of course, our own scout elements are dueling with the enemy scout elements. It promises to be a damaging battle for all involved, and an absolute tidal wave of pseudo-fighter fire going out. Nobody's plasma weapons will be ready by the time battle is actually joined. Let's get in here and make sure that we are not actually powering the point defense systems. We don't need to waste any time with that. Let's start firing phasers. We need to clear out these pseudo-fighters before they can do anything. They're the only ones with heavy weapons at this time, so we need to make sure they're gone. There we go. All pseudo-fighters are destroyed. So let's start getting to work on these King Condors. Can we deploy our own pseudo-fighters? Not as of yet. I want to wait until the enemy defenses are down. We need to get out from in front of these people, because if they're able to fire at us from this position, we're gonna be screwed. Oh, they've already got their heavy plasma torpedoes charged. No, it was a fake. They're trying to trick us out. They won't have any plasma torpedoes ready until about a little bit longer. Let's dump a mine right on top of them as our vessels cut right through the enemy formation. They've been given the orders. They may fire whenever they need to, and we're going to slow down right now, because enemy plasma weapons are about to come online. And we're going to dump our Wild Weasel. It didn't get dumped. Oh god. We took an absolute pounding from that one. So many weapon systems offline, as the entire stern half of the ship is almost ripped apart. However, we were able to fire our own vessels back. More reports from multiple decks means multiple systems are down. The entire stern half of the ship is barely held together. We are down to half power. The warp coils were just absolutely mauled. Can we get pseudo-fighters out of the bays? No, we missed our opportunity for that one. And we've been tractor beamed. The enemy has decided to deploy a tractor beam on us, ensuring that we cannot deploy any sort of defensive systems. But they did let us go. Fire the stern-type plasma torpedo. And continue firing. Unfortunately, it looks like the chomper is going to fall. So many other ships have tried, and so many other ships have failed, but with so many systems offline, and frankly I don't think we'll be able to repair in time, we will lose the grand flagship which led us through the entire second half of our campaign. Let's see if we can't get maneuvered out of here. I'm going to free you up from formation. Do whatever needs doing. Maneuver however you need to do. Everybody to the lifeboats. We're not getting out of this one alive. It does, however, look that we have mauled 2 of their vessels, so in exchange for what appears to be only one of ours destroyed. And there goes the chomper, utterly gutted, but the chomper replies. It looks like the chomper took down one of those King Condors with it. All the King Condors were right on top of it. Everything had been mauled and damaged, and in a final defiant act, the Admiral rammed one of the King Condors, destroying both vessels. But now we are over in what must be the Spike, the GCS Spike, taking on the role of the new flagship, saying that we must rally together and prepare to do battle at the final time to get vengeance for our vessel. Wow, I didn't realize that they have 84 power on the X-9 variant. Let's increase our speed. Make sure that we're not investing too heavily in the ECM system. Only 1 point. We don't want to waste too much power. And we will form back up and get ready to deal all the damage. The battle so far looking to be an absolute wild melee. Unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot more Romulan vessels than Gorn vessels. However, we do have a single advantage. We still have our battleships, and they do not. Looks like this cruiser has found itself at the center of all the firepower, and no defenses will save it. Incoming fire from all over the place has utterly annihilated it. Down to the final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 enemy vessels, 2 heavy bombardment cruisers, and 2 of the scout fleet. Whereas we still have 2 heavy bombardment cruisers and our heavy carrier. In addition, not our carrier, our X-type heavy cruiser. In addition to the 2 battleships. The War God is a pretty darn good name, but that must be the Ducky. Sorry, if you were hoping for a more serious name, no, we're sticking with the Land Before Time theme. So we have our Wild Weasel ready. We should be able to deploy it should we need it. And we are lined up. Get ready to fire the R-type plasma torpedoes. We shall annihilate them with one cataclysmic blow. Make sure the forward shields are being reinforced to a super powerful level. And keep on the target. This heavy bombardment cruiser must go down first. If we do not focus on it, it will surely get into our flanks and cause massive damage. Ooh, that is either a snare or an X-type plasma torpedo. He has taken the hit straight on, and now our initial opening R-type plasma torpedo to see if he has a Wild Weasel. He does. We're going to slow down to make sure that he gets the full blast. Oh, no, he doesn't. He just emergency stopped. All weapons fire. Oh, no, he did have it. It disappeared immediately. Huh. I wonder what happened there. Because I saw that he had an attack shift of 2, but I didn't see a Wild Weasel. So another one of their heavy bombardment cruisers off. We must target the last of their heavy bombardment cruisers. This is the primary target, of course. The scout ships we can deal with at our leisure, but those heavy cruisers are more than capable of ripping apart our large battleships. So on target and flying forward. Although this plasma destroyer is quite heavily damaged, our heavy cruiser managing to inflict quite the punishing blow. All phasers are prepared, but it looks like... Nope, we are going to be needed to add into our firepower into this. Unless this heavy bombardment cruiser can wipe out this plasma destroyer. Entirely possible. They are relatively small ships. We're right on top of it. Engage with all phasers. All targets destroyed. We have no plasma torpedoes as of right now. However, we will... no, actually, we are not charging anything. Let's slow down and cut this reinforcement to half. We're not using the overload right now. So we're squaring off head-to-head against this heavy bombardment cruiser. It looks like he has a single plasma torpedo ready to rock. And we, on the other hand, have nothing. We may deploy a Wild Weasel in a defensive role. It looks like the Ducky has managed to annihilate the last enemy scout. It's down to one scout and a heavy bombardment cruiser. The final cataclysmic clash. Jump our Wild Weasel managed to avoid all of his fire thanks to the quick and cunning reactions of our crew. Him taking a little bit of damage from the plasma snare. Our massive phaser arcs laying into him as he tries to avoid our forward firepower. Incoming R-type plasma torpedoes from the Ducky managing to slam home, ripping open his hull, causing all sorts of incredible damage. And we will deflect that off of our shields. We'll switch our shield reinforcement to 360 so we can get all the defense that we need. And the damage just keeps piling up. These bombardment cruisers were not designed for this kind of punishing battle. A single scout vessel and a single heavy bombardment cruiser remain for the enemy fleet as we curl in against the enemy, stripping him of his last shields. The barest fig of a shield on his forward section as he desperately shunts all reinforcement that he can, but it's not enough. The Ducky ripping him apart. A final scout now remains, attempting to weave and dodge through the wreckage. However, his systems are smashed. You can tell that his entire starboard side has been ripped asunder. His warp reactor is offline. He will not be able to escape us. Chugging along at only a speed of 1.5 as a tidal wave of plasma comes in and annihilates the final battle. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the last stand of the hidden Romulan fleet. The grand Romulan strategist having come up with a solution that he thought would save his people to the last of annihilating the massive battleship force that had cut through his lines. However, it was all in vain, as the Gorn starships proved to have better captains and better technology. And that's going to wrap it up for today, folks. The grand cataclysmic final battle. Tomorrow we shall do the wreck as our special mission. It is the only special mission that they have, and we shall put everything forward towards it, based on the mission by Jim Townsend. Anyway, if you liked what I've been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I release one of these videos, press that little bell icon, leave a comment, and I will see you all in tomorrow's episode.